I just beat the best girl that's out there outside of any other division. So they've been talking, she's been saying she's just a baby, she should be a model. Well, a model just beat your ass in round 2, so shut up.
I expected her to give a little bit more, if I'm being honest, you know, because I really do rate her. I respect her as a fighter. Obviously, people thought she won against Shevchenko, so I knew who I was up against. I did expect her to bring a little bit more, but I mean, I'm not too surprised either that I got the stoppage, because I know what I'm like, and that's kind of what I set my mind out to do, was kind of run through the tournament the same way I'd done the first 3. So it was like I wanted to finish the tournament with 4 stoppages, and that's what happened. I was coming for this belt, like money aside, I was coming for that belt. I feel like even though I know, like, people doubt me a lot still, even though I'm like, you know, fighting and winning and doing these highlight reels for people, and people still doubt like how good I actually am. So I feel like this belt now kind of puts a stamp on.
I got into fighting from my mum. She was a world champion back in her time. Been doing it since I was around 4 years old. So it is always hard, it's tough. Walking into a gym with a load of male bodies in there and you being the only female is not the best, you know, for your confidence and things like that. But you soon realise that everyone's the same. When you walk into the gym and go onto the mat, everyone treats you the same. You know, it's not male and female, it's just everyone's there to learn.
I think just like people when they watch me on TV and when they watch like my pad videos and things like that, a few people have made comments before that have got back to me like, oh, she's good, but like, you know, everyone looks good on camera type things. And then when they see me in person, like I was actually warming up like in the morning before the fight, and when I started hitting pads, like the whole room was kind of like just staring at me, and one of my coaches said like everyone was just looking at you like when you started hitting pads. So I don't think people take me serious. Like I'm only a slight build and I'm not very strong, and people just, you know, think, oh, she's okay, she's average. But I'm the one that's finishing all these girls. Like I've gone in and finished everyone that's been in there. So I feel like people need to put a little bit of respect on me, you know, but I'll just keep proving them wrong. I'm happy with people to doubt me. I don't really care. I feel like I'm in that flow state of when I'm hitting pads. This is just something not even just this last year, it's like for years and years and years. This is like a moment I've dreamt of for so long, and to be able to finally live that moment and then know now that it's going to change like my family's life for a long time is
one of the most feminine people ever. She's beautiful. She's a gorgeous woman. She looks like a model. It has nothing to do with men beating each other up. There's nothing to do with brutishness. It has to do with high-level problem solving with dire physical consequences. But the early days were interesting because, like, you know, there was a lot of people disparaging women fighting, including Dana White. Yeah, some people get disturbed watching women get bloodied up. That's a big one for some folks. It feels different. Obviously, I'm a big fan of women fighting, but when I watch a big cut on a woman, it feels different. It's so hard for people to not get emotional when they get hit. It's a very bad way to react in a fight, to fight with emotions, because you expose yourself. You leave yourself open for counters. You miss your rhythm. You're not as deceptive. You're too obvious in your pattern, and so many times you get hit a lot more. Yeah, it's a big problem with fighters. The smart thing to do is to fight with correct technique and with a correct strategy, meaning you have an understanding of how to execute best. It's not to just wait in and let bombs fly. It's you have to be very precise in your tactics. You got to be very smart.
This is like mentally the strongest I've ever been, and to be honest, like the main pressure for me was fighting Santos. I wasn't thinking about the million, and I wasn't really thinking about the world title. People always said to me, you know, just treat it like any other fight, like don't overthink the money, don't overthink the title, and I wasn't even thinking about that. I was going in there to beat her, and that's what I wanted to do, prove to everyone and myself that I'm up there.
To fight a name like Santos, it's like, you know, she's never been stopped. She's never been stopped. Shevchenko didn't stop her. People thought she beat her. And now what can people really say? You know, Blanchfield went 5 rounds with her. There's been plenty of fighters that have had to go 5 rounds with her, and I just got in there and made it look like another camp on the list of people always comment on my stuff. So I feel like I definitely am in the conversation now. I'm not saying I'm up there at the top, but you definitely have to take me serious for sure. Just second nature to me now. Sometimes when I watch myself fight, I just feel like it's kind of just me hitting pads. It's like weird, I'm going through the same motions, but it's kind of just something that I drill all the time and work all the time, that it's just second nature when I get in there. It's crazy. I don't think that'll ever sink in, but it makes me emotional to know. Like, I could have given up at any point and I didn't. I kept going, and now look, going with to be respectful at the end anyway. I've always done that from Thai boxing. Like, when I think about my debut with PFL now, and this is another thing I haven't ever said before, but after my debut in August last year on PFL London, the next day I was driving to the sunbed shop, got on the sunbed, and I had to stop for a second to check whether I had money in my account to even go on.
Wow.
So, like, to now be with this check, like, is just crazy. I mean, that much money is amazing, but to me, just to have enough money in my account to, like, not have a stress of having to check the bank account all the time is just, like, such a relief. A lot of people even this time said, I saw you walking down that, like, walkway and your eyes changed. And I was like, you need that, you have to have that. Yeah, and I think that's what makes the difference between someone that's just there to fight and someone that's there to really win. I'm very much a fighter that kind of just lives in the gym. It's a lifestyle to me. It's not like fight camp after fight camp. It's just living in the gym, just getting better all the time. And I'm one of them people as well that I don't want to win all the time in the gym, because I want to get there. You know, I'm not looking for easy rounds. So to have mental skills there to tap me out a few times, you know, give me a tough round is like what I need and what makes me progress the most. I want to be at the top. I'm not here to, like, just take part and be another girl on the roster. I want to be right at the top.
They definitely still have a few. Obviously, the merge with Bellator was perfect. They definitely still have a very talented group of flyweights for sure. So there's definitely going to be still a few options that we can, you know, push our heads together and come up with. But they are going to have to find, you know, being in a tournament, do people want to see me fighting like the same girls in the tournament again? Do they like the tournament format? I'm not sure. Would I be better if you were to put me on like a pay-per-view card and have me on a big fight and promote it like that? They promote me a lot during these tournaments, so could that work on a pay-per-view? I'm not sure. Maybe it could, you know, if you get me a big fight. If you put it in Manchester, you know, get a few big names on it. Things like that. There is so many options. PFL are quite good like that. You know, you've seen they're going to Dubai in January, they've been to Riyadh now, they're all around America. You've got PFL Europe, which I think was just a brilliant thing. You know, one thing that I will say about that is, like, people are commenting all the time, like, UFC missed out on PFL, and what PFL did right was they went to Europe and picked up that young talent, and that's how they've ended up with me. You know, they've kind of gone out of that top level zone, picked up the young talent, and now look what they're getting. So I do think they're very clever with it, and they will come up with something cool.